Hey, so today we're going to do another math lesson in geometry. Okay, so I have a few objects on my screen here that I'm going to show you, and I want you to describe them by either saying they're flat, they're round, or they're pointy. Okay, so here's the first one. It's a basketball. How would you describe this basketball? Flat, round, or pointed? You're right, I would call it round. What about this object right here? This is a dry erase board mark, or dry eraser. Yep, I would describe it as flat on the side here. Yep, maybe a little pointy, or it looks like those are rounded edges. All right, so how would you describe this box? Flat, round, or pointy? I would say the tops, right here and right here, it's pointed, but then the sides of the box are flat. Now what about this can of soup over here? How would you describe this? Flat, round, or pointed? All right, I would call this bottom area right here, goes all the way around the can, I would call it round. But then the top and the bottom of the soup can, I would call flat. So now that we got done describing some objects, let's look at the meaning of these objects, okay? So, whoa, a little blurry. There we go. Here. So these objects that we just got done talking about are called solid figures. See right here? Solid figures. Okay. Solid figures are three-dimensional. And three-dimensional means that they take up space. So, doesn't a ball take up space? You're right. And it's three-dimensional. Okay, and these are all solid figures. All right, so let's move on. We're going to now describe some other objects, and we're going to name them, okay? And I may have you go around looking around the room you're in to see if you have any of these solid three-dimensional figures, okay? So here we go. So friends, this is a cube. What shape do you see in the cube? You're right, it's a square. So can you find some objects in your house that kind of look like this cube? Remember, a plain square would not work because it has to take up space. So they are three-dimensional figures. Okay, I think I gave you plenty of time to look around. Here's some things that I have found. Dice are cubes. Blocks are cubes. Look, even ice cubes. That's how they get their name, ice cubes. And Legos, like I said, blocks. Some presents are shaped like cubes. So hopefully you guys found a cube in your house. Okay, we're going to move on to the next one. This is called a rectangular prism. How do you think the rectangular prism got its name? Do you see a shape in there? You're right. Here's a rectangle here and a rectangle there. So you'll know that these are rectangular prisms because of the shape that's in there, a rectangle. Now I want you to look around your room and find something that looks like a rectangular prism. Okay, here are some things that you might have seen. Books are rectangular prisms. Look, here's another Lego that's like a rectangular prism. You have dominoes, Kleenexes, ice cream sandwiches, a radio. Here's a little juice box. Those are rectangular prisms. And look, here's some more. Here's an eraser. Some of you who have fish at home, if your fish tank is shaped like a rectangular prism. And plenty more. Hopefully you guys found a rectangular prism at your house. Okay. Now this is called a pyramid. What shape do you see in the pyramid? You're right. There is a triangle and then a square bottom. So this might be a little hard to find in your house, okay? Try to find something that looks like a pyramid in your house. All right. So these are some things that you may have found. There are some tents. You see this tent? This is shaped like a pyramid. Tops of houses are shaped like pyramids, or tops of buildings are shaped like pyramids. Here's a little radio, station monitor thing. Some of you have metronomes. If you guys are into music, the metronomes are shaped like a pyramid. So there's a bunch of things that are like pyramids. Okay. Now, this is called a cylinder. And as you notice, the cylinder has a circle for the top and the bottom. Do you remember what object, three-dimensional object that we already looked at already that looks like a cylinder? You're right. It's a soup can. So I want you to look around your house right now and see if you can find a cylinder, a three-dimensional cylinder. All right. Here are some things that are shaped like cylinders. Look, we have candles, cups, pop cans, birthday cakes, coffee mugs. Oh, look, trees or logs. Batteries, drums, all those things are shaped like cylinders. Kind of cool, isn't it? All right. Now this is called a sphere. I bet a bunch of you have a sphere in your house. Look, it's round. You're right. Hopefully you guys found a sphere. So look, here's some things that I have. So we all have balls at our house. Kyler's has like a bunch of them. And then look, do you remember the globe in our classroom? That is called a sphere. And look, these are bubbles down here. Bubbles are shaped like spheres too. Isn't that cool? All right, now this is called a cone. Can you find something around your house that is shaped like a cone? Notice that the cone, the bottom of it is a circle, and then it gets pointy on top. Kind of cool. So here are some things that you may have found. So a traffic cone is a shape of like a cone. Ooh, the bottom of ice cream cones like this are shaped like cones. And look, even party hats are shaped like cones. It's kind of cool. So, can you guys remember what a solid figure means? I want you to pause this video and think about what I said a solid figure means. Okay, remember, solid figures are three-dimensional figures, and three-dimensional are things that take up space. So, Almost everything in your house is a three-dimensional figure. Isn't that cool? Because it takes up space. How cool is that? All right, so now we're going to go on to homework. We're going to do page 307, 308, but you're not going to do number 7, okay? And when you are out and about today, please look for solid figures that we have talked about and name them to your parents, okay? So, let's see. Before you move on to doing your worksheet, I'm going to talk about it. Basically, through 1 through 6, you are going to color in red the figure that you see on the page. So, for example, number 1 is a cone. So you're going to color in all the cones. And number 2 is a cube. So you're going to color in all the cubes. Super easy, right? And then through 8 through 12, you are circling which ones look like that shape. Okay? And then for 14 and 15, you are going to try to finish drawing the shapes. Okay? So there's a cone and a cube. So you have to try your best to finish drawing the cube and the cone. Okay? Good luck, friends. I hope you have a fantastic Wednesday, and I'll see you all on Friday. We're going to do an art lesson. It's going to be so much fun. Bye, friends.